Shrivels. Fruit. Fully contracted.
I wish they made a bikini for me, a bikini for me on the beach. I wish they made a bikini for me. What will I wear to the beach?
Shrivels. Fruit. Fully contracted.
Trademark.
Take a chance and take the quiz.
It's right below
Right
bed.
to your door.
It's right below bed.
Loaded it for.
It's right below bed.
'Cause you got so much love.
It's right
to
below
give.
bed.
Oh, I love my cat. Oh, I love my cat. But my cat doesn't care about me. Yes, I love my cat. Yes, I love my cat. But he does not care about me. He's an outside cat. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's an outside cat. But my cat doesn't care about me.
Accelerate my aging.
Thank you. Shrivels. Fruit fully contracted.
Shrivels. Fruit. Fully contracted.
Jumpling. Let's go ahead and accelerate my aging.
Shrivels. Fruit. Fully contracted.
Oh my god, what's happening to me?
Ready, get set. It's Vintage Basement with Max and Nicky. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Vintage Basement with Max and Nicky. Give it up for Max and Nicky and all the guests you're going to see tonight. They're here. They're in the back. They can hear you. Make some noise. Now, before we start the show, we'd like to ask all patrons to turn off all cell phones, electronic equipment, and recording devices, and to keep table talk to a low whisper throughout the entirety of the evening. And while you're looking around, how about a big round of applause for Diana, your bartender, working ever so hard for you tonight. With all that said, you guys ready to get the show started or what? Come on, you guys could do way better than that. You guys ready to get the show started or what? All right, without further ado, please welcome to the stage your hosts and MCs for the night, the one, the two, the onlys, Max and Nicky Weinbach. Yo. Ba 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 bang a dang dang ding it on ding blue moon blue moon ba 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 blue blue moon ba 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 blue blue moon ba 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 bang a dang dang ding it on ding blue moon. You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms could ever hold. And then somebody whispered, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my bang dang dang dig it on me. Blue moon. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I'm Max. And I'm Nicky. And together we're Max and Nicky. On behalf of Dynasty Typewriter and ourselves, welcome to Vintage Basement with Max and Nicky. Hey, we have got a great show in store. Ugh, Nicky, you stink. You smell like poo. What are you talking about? I don't smell like poo. Oh, then it is me. Anyway, we really do have a great show. You know what, Nicky? I'm sorry. This has been on my mind all day. I don't care what anybody says. We're getting bunk beds. Okay. Now, do you want the top or the bottom? Bottom. Oh, good. I also think we should be on the bottom. You guys like the movie Scream? Come on, everybody out there. You guys like the movie 1996 thriller classic Scream? Stop it, you're scaring me. It's okay, Max. It's just me, Nicky. It's just Nicky? Yeah, come on. I'll take you home. Some of you guys might know that Nicky and I are half Filipino. So if Max is half Filipino and I'm half Filipino, then together we make one full man. Hey Max, did you know that the music to the movie Jaws was written by a sassy woman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so then you do know that the music to the movie Jaws was written by a sassy woman.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that James is coming back to town?
Mm-hmm.
If he thinks he's getting some, he better come again.
Mm-hmm.
If he does come to my house, he's sleeping on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And he better not watch my TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, use my refrigerator. Oh, eat my food. Oh, use my dishwasher. Oh, use my fork, spoon, plates, knife, bar soap, shampoo, conditioner. Okay, Max, that's enough. This joke is pretty stupid.
Really, Nick? You think this is a stupid joke?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we really do have a great...
I'm sorry, Nicky. I gotta go to the bathroom right now. I got diarrhea.
Okay. Well, it's too bad Max had to leave because we were just about to bring out our special guest. It's our Italian cousin who's visiting from out of town. Now, here's the thing. While he understands English, he only speaks Italian. So I'm going to bring him out on stage right now and ask him a few questions to get to know him a little bit better. And I'll translate his answers into English so you guys can understand too. It looks like the people outside who are honking their horns also understand. Anyway, without further ado, everybody please welcome to the stage our Italian cousin, Maximiliano. How you doing, Maximiliano?
Buon genero, buon genero.
Well, how you doing?
E a benedicto de bimiziane viero poteramente reviancionci de bizide viviero e a benedicto.
Cool. You know, Maximiliano, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Can I ask you a few questions to get to know you a little bit better?
Ok.
Okay, all right. Maximiliano, first question to get to know you better. What's your favorite number?
E a 60 liuciando de bizide viero poteramente revigiando de bizide migiubigiando de bizide vivero mai de microvanda revisando de bizide vivero e a 60.
He says his favorite number is 0, but maybe it's 100, but it's probably 0.
Era voci, era voci.
It's true, it's true. All right, Maximiliano, next question. What's your favorite thing that you like?
E arricchitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichitichiti
Fresh. He likes going to hip-hop concerts.
Era voci, era voci.
All right, final question.
Era voci.
It's true, it's true. All right, final question. Maximiliano, can you teach me some advanced Italian?
Ok. Allora, ripetendo. A tutti i frutti tu 100%.
A tutti frutti 100%.
Ai, Nicky. No. A tutti i frutti tu 100%.
A tutti frutti 100%.
Ai, Nicky, no. A tutti i frutti on the rudy tu 100%.
A tutti frutti 100%.
Ai, Nicky, no. A tutti i frutti tu 100%.
Tutti frutti 100%.
Ai, Nicky, no. A tutti i frutti tu 100% di vero. Perché l'amore invece è che sono tutto padante, vicino alle pizze di pizzeria, un microfono di pizzeria, 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 perché non devi di vero. De bucci, devi andare, bucci, devi andare. E San Marco Pellegrini, a tutti i frutti tu 100%. Ciccorelli e Ralph Macchio e Natascia Leggero e Revecci e San Lucia della Mamore e Ricky Spumbai e chiamo Mao e chiamo Mille e Laura e Revecci e Vecci a Jacuzzi Bacchini o colonoscopy,
He says it's true, it's true. All right, Maximiliano, thanks for coming here. We got to know you a lot better.
Ho potolamente Arabianzo del Bizzi de Viviero, Giovanni Rabizzi e diarrhea.
He has diarrhea. It's true, it's true. All right, that was Maximiliano, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty cool guy.
Whew. What a ride.
Maximiliano, you just missed it.
What'd I miss?
Our Italian cousin, Maximiliano, he was just here. We got to know him a lot better.
Well, maybe I can catch him before his flight.
Max, something tells me you're never going to catch him.
I'll catch him one day.
All right, let's get this ball rolling. You guys pumped up? I don't believe you.
Come on, yous guys. Are yous guys pumped up tonight?
I'm just not buying it.
Yous guys. Are yous guys pumped up tonight?
You know, this just isn't working.
But we have the cure.
We're going to get you guys really pumped up.
Sammy, when we say hit it, you hit it.
Remember, Sammy, when we say hit it, you hit it. Sammy, hit it.
I wanna fly like the feathers you see way up in the sky. So good in the morning sun, flying high in the sky till the day is done. I can't break away. Oh, well, mama told me when I was young, stand tall, girl, you're never. Oh, but you can be what you wanna be, what you can. Check the course of your destiny. I can't break away. No, I can't break away. I said, one is one, two is two. You want me and I have you. Black is black and white is white. So come down in the middle tree, day and night. I can't break away. No, I can't break away.
Whew, I think we're sufficiently pumped up.
I think I'm definitely sufficiently pumped up.
Yeah, I'm sweating bullets over here. By the way, that last song you heard was from the opening credits to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
And the name of the band that plays it, you guessed it, Big Pig.
That's actually the name of the band, Big Pig.
That's right. When they got together as members of the band, they all thought, what should we name ourselves? And they came up with Big Pig.
That was what they settled on. Anyway, at least they would go on to create such classics as that song, Breakaway. All right, you guys ready for your first headlining act of the night? We are so lucky to have him on board. He's the only person on the show that hasn't yet been on a Vintage Basement with Max and Nicky show.
That's right, and we're very happy to have him.
We're very happy to have him. You've seen him on Portlandia, SNL, you know,
Los
Spookies, all that schnip. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up real big for
Fred
Fred
Armisen.
Hi, everybody. I've been ordering musical equipment online. It's just sort of ordering things that look really cool, and I think, hey, it'd be great if I had this. So I just wanted to show you what some of these things are. First thing is, I ordered this guitar that it's supposed to be efficient, but it has no body. I don't know how I'm supposed to play it, but I thought it would look pretty cool. Then I ordered something that was like, you know those in-ear monitors? you know, people use on stage. I found some from the 1890s from some bands there. I thought these were pretty cool. Amazing, kind of expensive. I got some curved drumsticks. They seem inefficient, and they are. A lot of people are sort of marketing travel guitars, so I found a really, really compact one. I know people aren't traveling that much right now, but when we get to do it again, look at this. That's all you need. You don't need the whole thing. And then to put it in your case, you can fold it and put it away. Something else I got is a digital maraca. These things are amazing. So instead of having to have you know, a real maraca, this has presets in it, and you know, you got to charge it up, plug it into your amp, and you could do different maraca sounds. So you know, like a small maraca and stuff like that. But it's pretty great. It's, I don't know if this one's working yet. It has to get charged up a little bit. But it would usually, oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. It's amazing. So $200, but you know, why not? Let's see. Okay, here's something that we've been waiting a long time, I think, for. You know how like it's very limiting to only have 2 drumsticks? Well, how about gloves that are mini drumsticks? What do you think of that? Wouldn't that be cool? So this way, you don't ever have to like hold them. You can just play like this. Okay, I'll do a little bit for you now. Thank you. This is less of a, so that whole segment was all prop comedy. I feel like it doesn't exist enough. And so that's that portion of it. But I do have an instrument. Instead of, you know, going to an app to tune up your ukulele, just go to this video or just tune in live and then tune it to this. Almost there. The second one down. You got it? Great. Okay. So that was that. Now for this part of the show, I usually like to just end by doing some accents. If you have any requests for any accents, I could do any accent, anything regional. I'm not getting it in these chats. Or maybe I am getting it in these chats. Let's see here. Oh my God. I can't even read what that is. There's like a long list of questions that were internal. I don't see any requests for accents, and that's on me. I should have had some ready to go, but I don't like to just like show off and just do them. It works better for me if I have them in front of me, just so that I feel like it's like a, you know, it's a little bit more of an exchange. Transylvanian, wow, okay. Transylvanian, so usually what you think about is the Dracula, but it's really not so much like that, because it's really here, Transylvania, if you get a car to go to this train station, there's a little bit, there's a little bit of this in it. It's less, you know, the sort of Hollywood version, but Transylvania, Romania, and yes. There you go. That was one. Be funny if I just ended on that. Oh, West Carolina. Well, if you mean the western part of North Carolina, so Durham has got kind of it's kind of in here, kind of a little bit like, well, I got a joke I want to tell you. I'm not going to tell you right away. the further west you go, kind of slows down a little bit and gets up into the back of the throat and kind of a little more pensive. If you go further south in South Carolina, there's a little bit, it opens up a little bit, like there's some kind of, they want you to know the joke. North Carolina's kind of like, I don't want to tell you the joke just yet. And then Western Carolina's a little slower. And it's a little pensive. I think Western the Carolinas are kind of, they're thinking before they talk, okay? That's all I have so far. That's what's in front of me. Okay. Saddam Hussein English accent. So when I first did, when Saddam Hussein first went on trial, he had a beard and like a suit, and to me he looked like a British rock star. He looked like a sort of ex-punk or a punk. So to me, Saddam Hussein, right before or during his trials, was like, "Look at here, do not what I've done for the country, I've done for the good, right? Do not look at me. What I've done all right. By Iraq, I believe in it, right?" So that's it. I'm going to say that that's all my accents and all my props. So thank you very much.
Fred Armisen, ladies and gentlemen, huh? How about it?
Oh man,
God, that was so funny. Those drumstick hands.
drumstick hands.
That is so good. I love that.
It was great.
That was so good. All right. Oh, by the way, before we bring out your next act, we just want to let you guys know that a portion of the ticket sales tonight is going to the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. So,
But I think they know that already because they bought their ticket.
well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they didn't, now you know. Anyway, you guys ready for your next headlining act of the night? Okay, all right. I heard that. I heard that.
I heard it too. I
Yeah.
felt it. I felt
I
it.
felt your applause.
I felt it in my loins.
You guys have seen her all over the place. She can now be seen on the new Netflix show, Space Force. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Aparna Nancherla.
Hello! Hi guys! Keep it going for Fred and Max and Nicky. It's good to be here. I enjoy my beige blinds. So bold, so bold. I used to work a lot of office jobs before I did comedy, so just to honor my corporate drone heritage, I like to do PowerPoints from time to time. So that is what I will be doing tonight. So we will just dive right in. So this is just something I've been jamming on for you guys. That's how people talk, right? They say jamming on. I don't know how to talk to people anymore. This is just called What I Learned from Quar so far. It is day 132 of quarantine for me. And oh boy, I've gone to the grocery store and maybe a protest here or there, but I just really have not left my apartment that much. And oh boy, I cannot tell you all the ways that I've grown. So much growth is happening. For example, I now know how to wash a bowl 700 times in the same day. The last time I usually just give it a good lick, throw it out the window. My butt has also grown, not really wider, just taller. I've got that coveted quarantine long butt everyone's thirsting for. And then video chat. I've just gotten so comfortable with it, just zooming left and right. And that's why I'm doing a slideshow, because I'm just so comfortable with people staring at my face. And I also learned how to do this. Intrigued? Let us proceed. Just a quick debriefing before we start. Enjoy the visual gag. I was afraid of whether I could use a naked butt or not, so I went ahead and went with the statue because I felt like art butts are safe. But I just wanted to say right off the top, I know everyone's quarantine situation is different, and mine is very plush. I am self-employed. I work from home. I don't have any kids or pets. I've been quarantining with a long-term boyfriend of 4 years, and good news, finally learned his name. It only took 3 months, but it is Michael with a G, if you're curious. And I just wanted to let you know, because I know everyone is in different situations right now, and I just wanted to go ahead and check my privilege, because everyone is doing it right now. It's good to stay woke, good to stay on the right side of things. And I've also just been inspired by all the brands right now, all the brands speaking up, speaking out. this tweet during the height of the protests from Gushers really moved me to add my voice to the mix. I don't know if everyone caught this Gushers Black Lives Matter tweet, but it was a good reminder that Gushers cares about the Black community, but also great reminder Gushers is still around. I had no idea they've been gushing all this time. And this is a hot tip. We're working with Fruit by the Foot on creating space to amplify Black voices. So also just teasing a little hot collab with Fruit by the Foot. No idea they were still around either, but apparently it's 1992 and we're back at it. And it could very well be 1992, because another thing we learned this year is that, like many brands and people, time has been canceled. I don't know if it's tomorrow right now or last week, next today. It could be any of those times, all of them perhaps. Just to help myself out, I got rid of all the numbers on the clocks in my apartment. So now all my clocks just look like this, but I just wanted to take you through a typical day for me right now. We start with, of course, eyes. I usually open 1 to 2 of them. 2 only if I'm feeling confident. I look around, see if reality is still happening, and then I proceed. Usually right after that, I'll just go on, slap on a full face of makeup. Even if I'm not seeing anyone else that day besides my partner, and he already knows that I have no discernible facial features without contouring. I'm just like a cornhusk doll under all this. But even if so, I still think a smoky eye or like a bold lip, it just makes that existential dread pop. So it always helps. Or sometimes I'll just do a full ICP juggalo face, whatever I'm feeling. I usually follow that up with a snack. This could be anything from, scrambled eggs to a tub of pizza. Just depends on the mood. Then I'll usually start something. You're like, oh, an email, project, sourdough bread. No, usually a fight with my boyfriend. One of my go-tos is, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Like, it's not that he asked me to do the dishes, it's how he asked me. He didn't use words, he just made that sound that you hear when you call a fax line by accident. And it's like, come on, buddy, what's with the tone? So rude. But the nice thing about our fights is we don't have to resolve them. Like, we just sort of keep them going. Like, they're there when we need them, but there's no rush to finish them. They're sort of like the 3rd season of Bosch. They're there when we want them. After that, I usually look out the window. I want to think that I do it hopefully, but usually it just ends up feeling like I'm a businessman who's trying to summon up the nerve to tell his board that he's been embezzling money and also that he's an extraterrestrial. So that's it's a layered uneasiness that I end up channeling. After that, I do my art. You would think that's comedy, but these days it's just some light screaming into the toilet. And I found the toilet has the best acoustics just with those porcelain curves. After that, another snack. Usually at this point in the day, I can get away with just gnawing on some cardboard or just tossing back a pudding cup of vodka. And then, of course, I'll just hit the internet, watch a headline, read a TikTok. And that usually ends up taking 2 hours to 4 weeks. And that's sort of a typical day. But I have been online a lot. Online, it's a triggering place right now. There's a lot happening. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been trying to seek out safe spaces online because I feel like you gotta find places you can just zone out and be one with your thoughts. And one golden goose that keeps giving, this is an ancient web burial ground that still hot as ever, Craigslist, specifically the free stuff section. Free stuff section still dishing out the gems. Here's a few that I picked out over the past few months. Live garden snails, lots of them. Park Slope, that's in Brooklyn. Our backyard has tons of garden snails, and my wife can't stand them in the garden and doesn't have the heart to squish them all. They actually make great pets for kids, low maintenance, and fun to watch. Now, what I love about this is this person is just straight up giving away parts of nature. Like, no one has that level of entitlement except, I hate to racially profile, but this strikes me as a white person posted this. I'm just guessing, but I think so. And also, they make great pets for kids. I love that they're just fully exploiting parents who have been trapped with their kids for months now and truly do not know what else to do to entertain them. And they're like, we know what will help. Come take some of our wet shell snakes. That'll do the trick. Very sinister. This one got me good. Flo Rida autographed photo. Have a friend who is a big Flo Rida fan? Someone humor me and please come take this authentic Flo Rida autograph photo. Now this one's interesting because I feel like this person is not a big enough fan of Flo Rida to keep the photo, but they don't hate Flo Rida enough to just toss it. So it's somewhere in the middle. Like it's someone who's like, well, I should at least give it to a stranger on the internet. So that makes me think that either a distant relative of Flo Rida or an ex of Flo Rida posted this. An ex, but they broke up on good terms. But she's like, it's time to move on. You got to get rid of the photo. This one was haunting. Bride and groom snow globe. I don't think I have to over-explain why a couple in an intimate relationship trapped in a bubble is a little on the nose in terms of art right now. The twist with this one, SI, Staten Island. You got to go get this beauty in Staten Island. I don't think so. This one, Barbie and doll. I don't have clothes for Barbie. My girls lost them. Now, the implication here is that this is a parent and their daughters lost all of their Barbie's clothes, which, you know, I'd watch that movie. And now it's time to offload the Barbies. An alternate interpretation, which I prefer strongly, is that there are no children involved. I don't have clothes for Barbie. My girls lost them. My girls just refers to the Barbies. This person calls their Barbies my girls. And somehow the clothes have vanished and it's time to keep it moving. And I prefer that explanation because nothing screams 2020 to me like, please come pick up my nude dolls. No questions asked. And then lastly, this one, Lamb Chop Dog Toy, Brooklyn. This one, oof. This one was just poetry, starting with just how elegantly the toy is held up, almost as if the person is about to start a monologue on a stage. And truly, it does sound like a monologue because you just get a lot of emotions. I'm not sure this has ever been used by a dog, TBH. I don't even have a dog. I have a cat, but he's not interested in this at all. I just thought it was cute and soft. But now I realize it's silly to have a dog toy just for the look of it. Pick up ASAP. I mean, really just a full range of unspiraling happening there, unraveling, and I was here for it. So Craigslist free section, can't recommend it enough. I wanted to leave you guys with one other internet pick-me-up I've found. Capitalism, clearly an ongoing thing because mask fashion has really taken off. I'm just seeing ads with models wearing masks all over the place. But the nice thing is I used to feel self-conscious when I saw an ad with a model on it or like, you know, uneasy about my body. But now when you see someone selling a product and their mouth is covered, whew, it doesn't matter how hard they're smizing. Those eyes are gonna look haunted and trapped. And that just feels like a little gift from the universe to me. And now to you. Thank you guys so much. That's gonna be it for me. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, a pardon on Sheila, everybody.
Wow, he said it at the same time. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Well, you don't like to drink Coke.
No, I don't. I only drink water.
That's not
It's refreshing,
always
it's hydrating. It's the best drink around.
It's the nectar of the gods.
Anyway, that was so great. Look how much work she put into that slideshow. That was great.
That was so, you know, there was that clock that she had that had no numbers on it, and it reminded me of this CD clock I won at the magazine drive back
elementary school.
And then elementary school, and we put it on our desk for our first family desktop computer. It was a Macintosh.
Anyway,
it's not very interesting, but
before we bring out your next act, we got a couple of videos we'd like to show you, some classic Max and Nicky videos. But before we get to that, got a little game I want to play with you audience members out there. I, Nicky, have watched a lot of movies during this quarantine. I'm talking a lot. Max has watched a lot too.
Max have watched a lot of movies, not as much as Nicky.
I have watched a lot of movies. How many movies, you ask? Well, that's the game. Why don't you type in the YouTube comments your guesses about how many movies I've actually seen during this quarantine, and you get a prize. Your prize is going to be 5 points.
And what is the 5 points redeemable for? That's right, you guessed it. It's redeemable at any of the Good Guys stores near you.
Sure.
The Good Guys electronics store.
Yeah, 5 points. Anyway, type in the YouTube comments how many movies you think I, Nicky, have seen during this quarantine. In the meantime, we got some classic Max and Nicky videos. So, Sammy, this first video, pretty self-explanatory.
Let's hit it.
Hey, buddy, I was here first. That's my ride.
Hey, buddy, what can I say? You snooze, you lose.
And that's what it's like currently in New York City right now.
That's right. Nobody's on those subways.
Yeah, you got to get your own car. You got to get your own subway car this time around.
That's right, because you got to keep that distancing going.
All right, I'm seeing some guesses right here, but before I read them off, let's hit that next one. This next one, I'm really proud of this one. Let's hit that next video.
All right.
There you go.
All right. There we go.
Alfred Hitchcock's Presents. Man, I'll tell you what, that took me a long time to make that video. For 30 seconds of material, took me a long time.
Well, you don't have to mention that.
Okay, no, I won't.
You already did. You already did.
All right, let's take a, I'm gonna just take a look at these numbers real quick.
No, we'll take a look at the numbers. We'll get back to you. But in the meantime, let's bring out our next headlining act of the night.
Sure.
We're so happy to have him on the show.
He's
We've
a
had
good
him on
friend.
before.
He's a good friend of ours from the San Francisco days. He's actually currently streaming from the San Francisco Bay Area.
That's right.
He's one of the best magicians we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage,
Christian Kajigal.
Hi. Thanks, Max and Nicky. Thank you to the virtual audience. I'm quite honored to be here. Max and Nicky last week asked me to join this illustrious grouping of performers. And of course, you all know who Fred and Aparna and Reggie are. And all of you are going, who the hell is this? So a little bit about myself. My name is Christian Kajigal, or Christian Kajigal, depending how you voted. And yeah, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a Latinx male. My mom was from El Salvador. And if there's two things that Salvadoran moms are famous for making, it's pupusas and short but handsome men. By the way, if I sounded weird when I said Latinx, it's only because I'm old. If you're now thinking, he doesn't look old, it's because I'm Latino. Do you see this face? Do you see this? I'm 70. Now, I've been doing magic since I was 11. And when you're 11 and you got to learn how to do magic, you need an audience to practice on. And the only audience I had was my family. And if there's anything I learned from showing magic to my Salvadoran family is that there's two kinds of reactions to magic. The suspicious and the religious. My mom was suspicious. She didn't believe anything I said. So when I showed her magic, she just go like this. My aunt was religious. She'd call me the devil. Hermana, pero crees que es el diablo? Which is funny when your name is Christian. So I like to show magic tricks to my aunt to this day, just to upset her. Also, from the last time I was on the show, Max and Nicky, if you're watching, you may notice I'm in a different part of the house now. All magicians are now doing their shows in front of their bookshelves, or as the media likes to call it, the shelf of credibility. This is to suggest that I read. But you can also see that I have all these strange artifacts, like these chalices and this little devil figure here from South America. This palm reading hand and this, I can't even get this right, and that metronome right there. So I love to collect weird things. I love to go vintaging. I love to go to museums and see the artifacts. Now, Max, Nicky, are you still on deck? You still out there?
We're here, yeah. We've switched sides, but we're here.
Magic.
That's right.
Hello, Max and Nicky.
Hi, Christian.
You're now in the Nicky and Max configuration for us.
Sure, yeah.
So now you both used to live in San Francisco.
That's right.
And so, do you ever go to like the Officers Club in the Presidio?
No.
It's like fancy restaurant now. It used to be the place where everybody had like their quinceañeras and their wedding banquets back in like the mid-century, as it's called. Well, there's a museum in the back because they've excavated all the stuff from the land of the Presidio near the Golden Gate Bridge, and they have found like Ohlone artifacts. They have found creepy antique dolls, and this right here. So that is a fan of 5 playing cards, a poker hand, ripped in half. So they found this underneath one of the old military barracks. Apparently what you would do is before you shipped off to war, you would play one last hand of poker with the boys. And if you lost, you'd rip your cards in half for good luck. And so that kind of inspired, and as you can tell, this drew me, right? The whole idea of luck and fortune and cards drew me. So I want to try something with the two of you, all right?
Okay.
I have here a pack of playing cards, but as you can tell, it's only half a pack of playing cards.
Yeah, okay.
These are actually from like the 40s. And you can see all the different kinds going by. They're all ripped up. Now, this is going to be a piece of close-up magic. So, in order to make this more fun for everybody, voila. I do have production value here. I do brought us some production quality. And for the folks at home, I just want to make sure people understand this is not a video on the side here. This is in real time. There's a little bit of a lag, but this is a real time video. This is not a recording, rather. Okay. Max.
Yes.
Normally you'd be here with me doing this.
That's right.
But you can't, so I'm going to be your hands. All right?
Okay.
Max, do you want me to shuffle these cards or not?
Yes, shuffle them.
Do you want me to cut them or not?
No.
Nicky?
Yes.
Shuffle or not?
No.
Nicky, do you want me to cut the cards or not?
Yes.
All right. Now both of you stay right there. I'm going to pull 2 of these out just for the 2 of you. I don't want you to see what they are quite yet. Let me see. The first one's going to be for Max, and I think the first one is going to be that. King of Hearts. Nicky, I'm going to get you... yeah. Ace of Clubs.
All
Keep
right.
it for the 2 of you. I like that. All right. Now, Max.
Yes.
I'm going to slowly deal down through these cards, one at a time, at this pace, at this speed. And whenever it feels right to you, whenever it feels good to you, whenever you like, just say stop.
Stop.
Good job. Nicky.
Thank you.
Just like before. I'll do this at this pace and at this speed. And whenever it feels right to you, whenever you like, just say stop.
Stop.
Oh. Let's recap. A bunch of choices have just been made. Choices that have led up to the condition that these cards are in right now. Now, if I recall correctly, let's see. Nicky, you chose to stop early. Max, you chose to stop a little later. Max, you chose to shuffle. Nicky, you chose not to shuffle. All that's influencing what's happening right now, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
But we could take this a step further. Both of you agreed to join me and be my audience for this. Both of you decided to do this show. Both of you have invited me to be here. If I had never met you guys years ago in San Francisco, if you all never decided to do music, there's so many choices that have led up to the moment, at this moment right now, that the cards are in right now.
Sure.
If any one of the three of us made a different choice before tonight, this would not be happening.
Right.
If somebody made a different choice out in the world, none of this would be happening. Here we all are, friends. Here we all are. All these different life choices leading up to this one little moment where Max landed here and Nicky landed there.
Oh, man.
Remember, something very different could be happening right now. But this is what's happening right now.
Oh, my goodness.
And it kind of makes you wonder. Was it luck?
Oh, man.
Was it chance? Or was it fate?
Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome.
Woo. A virtual round of applause for Max and Nicky, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think I have time for one more.
Sure.
Sure.
Quick one for the two of you, a guessing game.
Okay. Okay.
The guessing game is this. Guess what is inside here. It is.
I'm going to say a playing card.
I'm going to say a little framed photo.
A framed photo, because we're talking about old things and stuff like that. Sure. Okay. Anything else?
Maybe a baseball card.
Baseball card.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
let me just show real fast. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out.
What?
This, my friends, is a little cup of the spirits.
What the heck?
And I toast to you, Max and Nicky and Dynasty Typewriter. Thank you very much for having me, and good night.
Oh, great. Oh, all right.
Great.
Wow. How about that?
Wow.
Oh, man. Christian Casual, everybody, huh?
Oh, boy.
That was amazing.
Really neato. Oh, boy.
You thought it was going to be like a flat thing.
All right. Well.
But it wasn't.
No, I know. Obvious. I saw it. I was there.
Sure. Anyway, we got the results on this. Who guessed the number of movies I've seen?
And who got it? Anybody get it?
Well, two people got very close. One was John Lavranos, who I recently told how many movies I've seen. So that doesn't really count.
Unfair.
And then the other one was somebody named Lita. Ooh, I forgot the last name, but Lita, and then last name starts with an A. She guessed 150. Very close. I actually have seen 145 movies during this quarantine.
That's a lot of movies. And
there were some days I was doing 3 or 4 movies a day.
So, Lita, you get
5
points redeemable at
any good guys electronic store. All right. Folks, you ready for your final headlining act of the night? Oh, man, this guy is so good. He's so funny.
He's so good. He's just so good.
You guys know him. You love him. We've gotten to know him over the past few years, and he's just a great guy. In addition to being a great musician and a great comedian.
Oh, he's one of the best.
He's one of the best. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up real big for Reggie Watts.
Hi. Hello, everyone. It is good to be here. I am glad to be is in my eyes. And to this surprise, we enter and emerge from our guise. So let's get started with a little bit of mystery control. This is a beat from the 1800s. Thank you very much. Most don't come easily, but they don't come free either. Thank you very much to the Weinbachs. And I don't like to, shatter the illusion or whatever, but it is only one person. So they're using state-of-the-art software to imitate or to simulate two people being on screen at the same time. But it's just amazing. It's just cool to see like that idea, like performance art, like generating the idea of being twins, but actually only one person. So I just want to be the first one to kind of break that news. Okay, so this next song, hopefully this is gonna work. Yeah, okay, here we go. Hopefully we're gonna try to. Here we go. This next song, this is a real fun one. This is a song that I would have done on tour. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, it's just a black thing. What is that? Jeez, there's like sour cream on it. What is going on? I'm so sorry. I have a dry. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Anyways, sorry about that. This next song is, I'm just doing songs tonight. I know Fred did some show and tell, and I was going to do that, but there were just too many similarities in the objects that we chose, so I'm just going to stick with doing some beats and stuff. So here we go. Here's this one. And I don't know just that was a sound. Open my nose, so strong, sometimes it's the fun, Okay, so sounds good. We're feeling good tonight, and we've been having a great show. It's been good to do any kind of a show at all. This is my first show in quite some time, so it's nice to be invited on a show again. I'd like to do a quick poem. This is a poem about this moment and where we're at, and we hope you enjoy it. Yes. Summer and all of your loveliness. So, thank you. That was I love that poem because it kind of evokes just like the spirit of confusion and general dread that we have right now, and it just helps to kind of soften that a little bit. I have one. This is gonna be, you're gonna love this one. This one's one from a long time ago. If you guys remember this, but I'm gonna try this. I guess I don't need a piece of tissue for this. All right, here we go. Check this out. All right, I guess I can do it here too. Okay, here we go. Isn't that crazy? I just love to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. This is a song that I usually do at the end, so why not change that? This is gonna be. It's gonna be hopefully this is gonna work, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, advance here. It's that time. I'm not good at it. I sound like an animal. No, I'm having a good time. But if you do, just remind them that you're there. They're on the other side. They don't have to do that. You're in it alone. Nobody's in it alone. There's people around you. You can see them from what it does. Put on the mask. Feel strong. Go outside. Try to not smoke from the home because you should protect your lungs. So maybe stick to edibles and only good doses of them. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of action. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me on. I can't believe I did it.
All right, Reggie Watts, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, man,
that was hilarious.
So hilarious.
I wasn't sure at first, but
I wasn't sure at first either, and I just thought, I mean, Reggie's such a pro. But God, it was so good. You know, he had me going.
Especially when it was like he was talking and you couldn't hear anything. That was so funny.
Right. Oh man, that was so funny. Yeah, that was great.
All right, folks. We'd like to close the show the way we began, with song. But before we do that, how about a big round of applause for all the acts you saw tonight? FRED ARMISEN, Aparna Nancherla, Christian Kajgal, Reggie Watts, of course, we're Max and Nicky. How about a big round of applause for Sammy, our tech working here tonight,
and Sean.
And Sean. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sammy and Sean. Yes, both of them.
And Dynasty Typewriter. And all. I mean, you guys have been really fantastic. And
Dynasty Typewriter is a great venue. If you guys don't know, great venue based in Los Angeles, California, and it's they run it out of an old movie theater. They do a lot of great comedy shows, a lot of great variety shows. Whenever we're in Los Angeles, we like to put on our own shows there.
And you know, subscribe to their channel right now, guys. They got a lot of shows coming up on live streaming, I believe. And you know, once things get back to normal, please go check out a show there. It really is great. It's really great.
And hey, if you want to find out more about the live streams that Max and I put on, the Vintage Basement with Max and Nicky live streams, or any other kinds of things that we do, any Max and Nicky content, follow us on Instagram at Max and Nicky. And thank you so much to all the audience members for coming on out here tonight and making this show feel very explosive and exciting.
Okay.
Si puedes tú con Dios hablar, pregúntale si alguna vez te dejado de adorar. Llama, espejo de mi corazón, las veces que me ha visto llorar la perfidia de tu amor. Te he buscado donde quiera que yo voy y no te puedo hallar. ¿Para qué quiero otros besos si tus labios no me quieren ya besar? Y tú, quién sabe por dónde andarás, quién sabe qué aventura tendrás, qué lejos estás de mí. Qué lejos estás de mí.
We're Max and Nicky Weinbach. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.